Hello everyone, Sicario is here just for another review, and today I'm going to look something that goes for 90% discount on Steam, and I think it's a really good chance to pick this game up now, because the price is fantastic. Of course I'm talking about Shadow Tactics. So Shadow Tactics is born from the styles of Commandos and Desperados, the Wanted Dead or Alive, which is basically real-time strategy, top-down isometric stealth game where the enemies stick to complicated patterns that you always pose and deadly threat, but easily distracted by shiny objects and boos. There can be multiple ways to complete a level, but in the end you have to take enemies out one by one and hide them, or sneak around so nobody notices you. Evidence of your existence is a death sentence basically in this game. When I say that stealth is essential, I mean that it's impossible to finish level in Shadow of the Tactics without considering an appropriate way of level of covert operations. You can alert enemies to a degree, well, in fact, sometimes it helps to make one suspicious in order to lure them into trap, but you have a little health, a few aggressive options to play around with an event of an encounter. It's easier to stab an enemy in the back with the correct amount of time to get away or die trying. But when you can pull off a skill, Shadow Tactics makes it extremely satisfying. In every level, the guards are spaced out in such way that I settled into a groove easily, but never have lasted long. Each level has a number of obstacles, option goals and steps, so they are never straightforward. Strategies picked up in one level can be erased by the demands and situation changes up the next. Each level also swaps which characters you can control, and they end up as one of the Shadow Tactics' most surprising strengths. In games that's less about the narrative and more about the level design and gameplay, these characters are still given a lot of attention. Each of 5 playable fighters are unique in their fighting styles, with the different abilities to mess around with. They also have their own personalities and backstories to add the color to their action, providing a smaller, meaningful details. Each character in Shadow Tactics can earn sympathy in their own way, and each subsequent level adds a bit more personality and stories. Hayato starts off as an ignorant, aloof man, but you learn over time that he isn't money obsessed as he appears. He also fiercely loyal despite his tendency to work alone. It took a lot of time and effort to endear Hayato to me, but it actually worked out well. The attention to detail outside of the stealth and gameplay itself ensures as Shadow Tactics can appeal to players who don't typically engage with the genre, but excels in other areas, such as art. The menu especially is eye-catching and introduces the art style that permeates the rest of the game. It always opens the same animation, the 5 playable characters drawn in what it looks like pencil, staring off into the distance. Their hair and clothes sway gently to an imaginative breeze, spattered with the crimson blood that stands out sharply against the grayscale design. It reminds of a pastoral Japanese art and calligraphy, but it's modern and in the sheer amount of the detail you can see the clothing and hair. Developer Mimi Production can clearly inspired by the other stealth games, but it has trimmed the genre through the addition of features that make the mission more enjoyable. The ability to move camera angle full 360 degrees is especially helpful if you need to peer around the corner. It's clunky at first, but considering the slow pacing of the game, it doesn't become a problem. Shadow mode, which allows the players to coordinate simultaneous action between the characters, is essential to solving many puzzles in the game, even if it's not a huge help outside of the specific instances. Shadow Tactics implements one other huge improvement to balance an impeccable timing, multiple deaths and dozens of quick loads required to take an enemies. A save reminder. At the top of the screen a flashing banner tells you the last time you saved down to the seconds. The longer you wait to save, the redeemer banner gets. This one is my favorite features in any recent game. I realized that quick saving is just a button press away, but it's a way nicer and game screaming reminder to save my progress. So basically Shadow Tactics fills a hole in modern gaming by hankering back to the forgotten genre and style. It enchases its smart, challenging gameplay with likable characters, beautiful art and clever new features. It's a style of game that I haven't done and properly seen in other games in the decade basically. While it's handled differently than classic like let's say Commandos, Shadow Tactics packs in a wonderful team of varied characters, add tons of ways to experiment with your strategy. It's not just that Shadow Tactic is a decent rollback, it's an exceedingly well done and satisfying return to genre's roots. Thank you everyone for being with me in this review, and I really highly suggest you to pick up this game while it's on really great discount for the rest of the week. See you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, the more to come.